What if your entire life could be summed up in a single sentence? Would it say, you played it safe, or you dared to take the leap? What would your story look like if you never took a chance? Imagine flipping through a book filled with blank pages, no drama, no triumph, no lessons learned. That's life without risk. The truth is, every great story starts with a leap into the unknown. And the bigger the leap, the better the story. Now, let's talk about your story.
Sun don't stop for nobody, man. Sun don't stop. Sun gonna be up in the morning regardless. That sun is gonna be up in the morning regardless of how I feel and how depressed I am. The sun is gonna shine in the morning, and at nighttime the moon gonna be there, and you gonna look up. These days gonna keep going by. So do you let the days go by and look up, and you done wasted a year doing what? Or do you just pick it up? All right, well, gotta figure it out. Made some mistakes. Life goes on. Let me figure out life from this point.
The sun rises whether you're thriving or barely holding it together. Days pass, indifferent to our struggles, so why waste them waiting for perfect circumstances? Mistakes are inevitable, but they don't define you. Your willingness to pick up and keep going does. Think about it. A year can slip by, and you can either let it pass you by or own every sunrise. Risk the action, regret nothing. The days won't wait, so why should you?
It's two people born in a hospital every day. It's a person that's born in a hospital that's going to get a job, and somebody born in a hospital that's going to give them a job. You get to decide which one you're going to be.
Life isn't just about being born. It's about choosing how you live. Are you going to work under someone else's vision, or will you create your own? This isn't about wealth or status. It's about ownership of your path. The risk here is choosing independence. It's scary, yes, but the payoff, you're the boss of your life. Who wouldn't want to take that gamble?
What one great thing would you dare to dream if you knew you could not fail? If you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that you could not fail, what one thing would you set as a goal for yourself? What if you only had 6 months to live? What would you stop doing? What would you do more of? Who would you spend time with? What is really important to you?
Now, let's dream big. Imagine a world where failure isn't an option. What would you chase? What's stopping you from chasing it now? Fear, doubt, time. Here's a hard truth. Time isn't waiting for you to muster the courage. If you only had 6 months left, you'd strip life down to its essence. So why not live that way now? Risk prioritizing what matters. It's worth it.
Let me tell you something you already know. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Life hits everyone hard. But the champions? They're the ones who get back up. Each hit you take teaches resilience. Every stumble adds depth to your story. Risking failure, pain, and setbacks isn't easy, but it's the only way forward. Winning isn't about avoiding hits. It's about taking them, learning, and pushing through. That's how stories worth telling are written.
What makes it hard is your lack of belief that it can happen for you. The fact of it is, though, it's very doable.
Doubt kills dreams faster than failure ever could. If you can believe, even for a moment, that your wildest goal is within reach, you'll start moving toward it. The real risk isn't trying and failing, it's staying where you are because you're too scared to believe. Here's the kicker. It is possible. Believe it. Act on it.
If you don't fail, you're not even trying. My wife told me this great expression. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
Failure has been achieved, thank God. Now, the only place to go from failure is to win. You have to achieve failure. You have to take it that far. Nobody wants to go that far. It's too scary. But you know something? I got news for you. That's where winning is. It always has been.
Failure isn't the end. It's the beginning. It's a stepping stone, not a tombstone. To achieve something you've never had, you have to take risks you've never dared. Yes, It's terrifying, but fear is the price of entry for greatness. Failure? That's just God pointing you toward a better way. Risk failing. It's the only way to win.
You want to become best. You want to become champion. And now you want to say like you tired? Who cares? You tired or not? Nobody cares about you. He was tired. He have personal problem, family. Nobody cares.
Maybe it's harsh, but it's absolutely true. Everyone has excuses, fatigue, family problems, bad days. But here's the reality. Excuses don't write stories. Actions do. No one's going to hand you a victory just because you're tired. Success comes to those who push through exhaustion, ignore the noise, and keep going. Risk pushing when you feel like quitting. That's where champions are made.
Believe that you can do whatever you put your mind to. If I can help and just giving you that push, I did my part. Self-confidence and belief. That's how dreams get met. Self-confidence and belief. That's how you check off goals. That's how you march towards whatever your versions of success are.
Everything starts in your mind. Without belief, you won't even try. Without trying, you'll never win. Building self-confidence is risky because it means stepping out of your comfort zone repeatedly. But every small win adds up, and before you know it, you're ticking off goals like they're items on a grocery list. Risk believing in yourself. You'll be amazed at what follows.
Embrace the process. And then by the time you get up in years, you can be a man that you're proud of. Okay? So this is just an encouragement to just chill out. Just chill out. Embrace the process. You say, Dwayne, what process? Life.
Life isn't about shortcuts or instant gratification. It's about the journey. It's in the grind, the lessons, the small victories. Accepting this process takes courage. It's a risk to let go of the obsession with quick results, but the payoff is becoming someone you're proud of. Risk embracing the now. The process is the story.
We're all writing a book. What's your book look like? What does your book look like? Like your life is a book. You got a bunch of chapters in your book, but when they close that book, how good was the book? How good was your book? What was the ending to your book?
What does your book look like? Is it a tale of courage, risks, and triumphs, or a series of what-ifs? Every chapter matters, and every risk adds color to your story. One day, that book will close. How do you want it to end? Risk writing a story worth reading. No regrets.
There's a moment when every boy realizes no one's coming to save him. And that's when he becomes a man. And some boys never get there and stay children forever. No one's effing coming to save you.
No one. No one's coming to push you. No one's coming to tell you to turn the TV off. No one's coming to tell you to get out the door and exercise. Nobody's coming to write the business plan for you. It's up to you. Unless you understand that you've got to push yourself, you're not going to make your dreams come true.
This is the moment you take full ownership of your life. No one's going to build your dream, push you to succeed, or clean up your messes. It's all on you. The risk here is stepping up, knowing there's no safety net. Yes, you can calculate the risk and think logically about it, but always remember that it's impossible to know every outcome 100%. But once you realize you hold the pen, you can write any story you want.
What I found is that winning doesn't happen on show day. It happens in those early mornings, painful workouts, long cardio sessions, and hungry nights. It happens in those moments of fear we all have when faced with a difficult goal, and then more so in what you make of that fear. It happens in every second of every day before you win. If you can take every opportunity you have to bring yourself closer to your goal, win every one of those opportunities, all while becoming more resilient in the process, how can you lose? That is an exciting opportunity.
Victory isn't a one-time event. It's the accumulation of countless small wins. Every early morning, tough decision and uncomfortable effort counts. Risk showing up, even when no one's watching. The story isn't in the spotlight, it's in the shadows where you prepare. That's where winning begins.
I'm always waiting for everything to be perfect before I live my life. I'm always waiting for everything to be perfect before I live my life. As soon as these things line up, I'm going to live my life. Man, I'm so guilty of that. It's not all I'm never going to get to that where everything's okay, where everything looks a certain way. And in the meantime, I'm burning the best time I do have available. I'm burning that candle up. I'm burning this candle down, and I'm saying as soon as it gets bright enough, I'm going to show up. But the candle's getting smaller.
Here's the truth. Perfection doesn't exist. Waiting for the perfect moment is a trap. While you wait, life is slipping away. The candle is burning whether you act or not. Risk taking action now, even if it's messy or imperfect. That's how you make the most of the time you have. Every risk you take adds a page to your story. Every failure, every victory, every lesson, it's all part of a tale worth telling. The alternative? A life of safety, predictability, and missed opportunities. That's not a story anyone wants to read. So, take the leap, calculate the risk, and take it. Chase the dream. Because without risk, there's no story. And your story, it deserves to be epic.